The Law of Money. 20 Timeless Principles to Master Wealth. Introduction. Welcome to the Law of Money, where we uncover 20 timeless principles that empower you to master wealth. Whether you're a student just starting out, a professional building a career, or anyone in between, these ideas will guide you on a journey of financial empowerment. Over the next half hour, we'll explore ideas ranging from simple saving habits to mindset shifts that have helped history's greatest self-made people achieve success. Every principle here has been proven by time, research, or wisdom from experts. We'll share motivational stories, quotes, and examples. And each principle ends with practical steps you can take today. So sit back, imagine your financial future bright and secure, and let's begin with Principle 1. Principle 1. Harness the power of compound interest. Imagine your money growing on its own. Compound interest is like planting a tree. At first it grows slowly, but over time it towers. As Albert Einstein famously said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. In other words, money earns money. For example, investing just a little bit now can snowball into a much larger sum later. A simple illustration. Saving $100 per month at a 5% return grows to well over $140,000 in 40 years, but only around $83,000 if you waited 10 years to start. That's the magic of time. This principle is motivational because it shows that your earliest, smallest actions can set in motion incredible growth. Even if you only save a little today, it compounds. One historical example. Warren Buffett began investing as a teenager and credits those early years of compounding for a huge part of his fortune. Actionable advice. Start a savings or investment account today, no matter how small. Even $10 a month can grow dramatically over decades. Reinvest any interest or dividends. Let your returns earn returns. Automate it if you can, so you pay yourself first every paycheck. Principle 2. Pay yourself first. This principle means, treat your future self as a priority. When a paycheck arrives, immediately set aside a portion, even 5 to 10%, for savings or investment before spending on anything else. Research shows that automatic saving can more than double how much people save over time. In one study of retirement plans, employees who used an automatic program saw their savings rate jump from 5% to nearly 11% in just 5 years. Narratively, imagine you lock away money for yourself before temptations strike. It builds a habit of saving and removes decision stress. In practice, retirees often say the hardest part is starting. When you pay yourself first, you never give yourself the chance to spend that money on something else. Actionable advice. Set up an automatic transfer. As soon as you get paid, move a fixed percentage into a savings or investment account. Treat this like a non-negotiable bill. Pay it first every time. Even a small percent adds up. Principle 3. Live below your means. It's simple but powerful. Spend less than you earn. If you buy things you don't need, soon you'll have to sell things you do need. This Warren Buffett insight highlights the danger of impulse shopping and lifestyle inflation. Many people fall into debt by trying to keep up with others or chase the latest gadget. A motivational narrative here. Picture two people with the same salary. The saver lives modestly and invests the surplus, while the spender buys every new phone and car as their income rises. Years later, the saver has a growing nest egg. The spender is still renting or paying interest on credit cards. The lesson is clear in Buffett's own life. He famously still lives in his modest Omaha home. Actionable advice. Track your expenses for a month. Categorize needs versus wants. Start cutting back on non-essentials, streaming services you rarely use, expensive coffee, etc. Make a monthly budget and stick to it. Aim to save or invest at least 10 to 20% of income, no matter how small. Principle 4. Invest early and often. Time is one of your greatest financial assets. Starting early gives your money more time to compound. One example. If you start saving at 25 instead of 35, you will end up with a far larger total by retirement, even if you save the exact same amount each month. In one hypothetical, saving $100 monthly at 5% interest from age 25 yields about $146,000 by 65, whereas starting at 35 yields only about $83,000. This narrative shows that when you invest matters a lot. It's motivational because if a teenager saves a little, they can retire far earlier than someone who waits until their 30s to begin. It rewards patience and smart timing. An historical example. Most tech founders who became wealthy started young, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, etc., and reinvested early profits back into their companies, compounding their success. Actionable advice. If your employer offers a retirement plan or match, start contributing now. Don't wait. Even if retirement feels far away, that early growth will build wealth while you focus on building your career. Make saving and investing a monthly habit. Treat it like watering a plant. The more regularly you do it, the stronger your future finances grow. Principle 5. Diversify your portfolio. Diversification is the only free lunch in investing, as Nobel laureate Harry Markowitz put it. In other words, don't put all your eggs in one basket. If one investment or sector crashes, a diversified portfolio cushions the blow. For example, an investor who only held tech stocks in 2000 lost most of their wealth when the tech bubble burst, whereas someone with a mix of stocks, bonds, and real assets fared much better. This principle's story. Imagine two farmers. One plants only wheat. If a blight hits wheat, his farm fails. The other plants wheat, corn, and barley. Even if one crop suffers, the others survive. Likewise, diversification protects you against unforeseen market shifts. Financial research repeatedly confirms that spreading investments across industries and asset types reduces risk without sacrificing long-term returns. Actionable advice. If you invest in stocks, include multiple industries, tech, healthcare, consumer goods, etc., and consider bonds or index funds. Don't chase the hot stock only. Rebalance your portfolio once a year. Adjust allocations to stay diversified. Sell some of what has grown and buy what has lagged to maintain balance. Principle 6. Invest in yourself. The best investment you can make is in your own knowledge and skills. As Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest, and Warren Buffett agrees, the best investment you can make is in yourself. This means continuous learning, education, and health. When you improve your skills, you increase your ability to earn more. For example, people who invest in education or training often earn higher salaries over their lifetimes. Another example, entrepreneurs who study market trends and management are more likely to succeed. Think of this like building a stronger foundation under your house. Every bit of knowledge, a course, a book, a new certification, makes your financial future stronger. Actionable advice. Read books or take online courses on personal finance, investing, or your profession. Commit a small time each week to learn something new. Network and seek mentors. Join a class or community group. Surround yourself with people who challenge and teach you new things. Principle 7. Be patient and think long-term. Wealth rarely grows overnight. Treat investing and saving as a long-term journey. Warren Buffett advises that the stock market is a device which transfers money from the impatient to the patient. In other words, those who panic and sell at market lows often lose money, while those who stay invested through ups and downs emerge ahead. A motivating story. Consider an investor who saw stocks plunge in 2008. If they panic sold, they locked in losses. Another investor held on, or even bought more, and a decade later saw the market more than double. History is full of bubbles and crashes, but those with time in the market, not timing the market, win. Actionable advice. Set realistic, long-term goals. Remind yourself, time in the market beats timing the market. Avoid knee-jerk reactions to daily news. If you have investments, check on them infrequently, e.g. annually, rather than daily. Focus on overall trends and your goals, not short-term fluctuations. Principle 8. Embrace calculated risk. Growing wealth requires risk, but not recklessly. As Buffett warns, risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. The point is to take calculated risks. Invest in things you understand. For example, starting a side business or investing in a stock you've researched might be risky, but managed and smart. In contrast, gambling your money on get-rich-quick schemes is high risk with little knowledge, a formula for failure. This principle empowers you by reframing risk. It's not something to fear, but something to manage. Think of an entrepreneur like Sarah Blakely, Spanx founder. She took the risk of starting her own hosiery business with just a few $1,000s, but because she researched the market and believed in her product, that risk led to massive success. Actionable advice. Educate yourself before taking a risk. Read about the opportunity, talk to experts or mentors, and understand worst-case scenarios. Start small. Test new income ideas or investments with a small amount of money before scaling up. This way you gain experience without endangering your core savings. Principle 9. Give generously. This law may surprise some. Giving back grows your own fortune in non-tangible ways. As the saying goes, no one has ever become poor by giving. People like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett pledge the majority of their wealth to charity. Not because they need to, but because it's a purposeful use of money. Generosity also builds networks and goodwill. Historically, Andrew Carnegie argued that the wealthy have a duty to distribute surplus for public good. Modern research even suggests that generous people may live longer and be happier. Wealth isn't just dollars, it's also the impact and relationships you build. Thinking of wealth as abundance means there's plenty for everyone. Actionable advice. Donate time or money, even in small amounts. It could be volunteering for a cause or giving 1% of income to charity. Practice gratitude. Regularly acknowledge what you have. A grateful mindset attracts opportunities and keeps you focused on true wealth, health, relationships, knowledge, as well as money. Principle 10. Create multiple income streams. Relying on a single paycheck is risky. The IRS found that the average millionaire has 7 sources of income. That can include investments, side businesses, rental property, or royalties. Things that generate cash even when you sleep. Multiple streams act as a safety net. If one income drops, others cover you. For example, someone might have a day job, plus earnings from a blog, and rental income from property. When the pandemic hit, many saw the wisdom of this. Those with freelancing or side business income stayed afloat better than those with just one job. Creating extra income also accelerates wealth building, because you can invest that extra money. Actionable advice. Brainstorm one new way to earn money that fits your skills: tutoring, freelancing online, rental space, investments with dividends. Start small and grow it. Make saving or investing these extra earnings automatic too. Treat them as bonuses to boost your financial future. Principle 11. Set goals and plan ahead. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail, goes a wise adage. Successful people start with clear goals. Imagine treating your finances like a roadmap. Short-term goal, emergency fund. Medium, buying a car. Long-term, retirement. Writing down targets makes them real and motivates you to track progress. For example, someone aiming to retire early might calculate how much to save each month to hit their number. Historically, prize fighters and Olympians plan meticulously. Managing your money is no different. Planning also includes preparing for curveballs, insurance, safety nets. Planning breeds confidence, as each step takes you closer to victory, whatever that means for your life. Actionable advice. Write down one financial goal for next year and one for 5 to 10 years from now. Specify amounts and dates, e.g., save $10,000 by December 2025. Break goals into monthly actions, automate savings, cut one expense, and review progress regularly. If life changes, adjust your plan. Flexibility is part of planning. Principle 12. Avoid and manage bad debt wisely. Not all debt is evil, but high-interest debt is a wealth killer. Right now, credit card rates average over 24% APR. At that rate, dollars you borrow today cost you hundreds or thousands more down the road. This principle means use debt only for investments, like a home mortgage or student loan, and not for depreciating things or lifestyle. The motivational story. Consider 2 people who bought cars. One used cash, the other took a 7% interest loan. Over 5 years, the loan cost tens of percent more than the car's price. Meanwhile, the saver investor put the monthly payment into an index fund and earned more. It's discipline. Pay off credit cards monthly, don't swipe for luxuries you can't afford, and if you borrow, have a plan to repay quickly. Actionable advice. Always pay off credit cards in full each month. Avoid carrying a balance. If you have existing high-interest debt, focus on paying it down. Consider the snowball or avalanche method. When you do take on debt, student loan, mortgage, make a budget that includes extra payments if possible. Think of debt as a temporary tool, not a lifestyle. Principle 13. Beware of scams and too good to be true deals. In the age of get-rich-quick schemes and flashy promises, remain vigilant. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, as one expert advises. People lost nearly $4 billion to investment scams in 2022. History is full of frauds, from Ponzi schemes of the past to online trading scams of today. Greed and fear are emotions scammers exploit. The lesson: be skeptical and do your homework. Before you invest, check who's behind it. Look for licensing or track records. The Facet Investing Guide warns that any promise of high returns with no risk is a red flag. This principle protects your wealth. It says vigilance and patience avoid losses. Actionable advice: educate yourself on basic fraud patterns, multi-level marketing traps, guaranteed return pitches. When an opportunity feels unreal, step back and research or ask someone knowledgeable. Verify credentials. Use official sources or consult trusted advisors before signing up for any investment. A good rule: above-market returns come with above-market risk. There's no free lunch. Principle 14. Surround yourself with the right people. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, motivational speaker Jim Rohn observed. This underscores that your network influences your mindset and habits. Are your friends positive, ambitious savers, or spenders who stress about money? Choose role models and mentors who inspire you. For example, someone looking to build wealth might join a finance book club or talk regularly with someone who runs their own business. High achievers often credit peers and mentors for key ideas. Conversely, a negative or jealous circle can drag you down. This principle reminds us, just as plants flourish near healthy trees, your financial life grows when surrounded by supportive, successful people. Actionable advice: join a financial community or mastermind group, online forums, local meetups. Share goals and learn from others' experiences. Build relationships with people who lift you up. Talk openly about money goals. An accountability partner can help keep you on track. Principle 15. Review, adjust, and rebalance regularly. Life changes, and so should your financial strategy. Review your budget and investments at least once a year, and adjust as needed. For example, if one part of your portfolio grows too large, sell some and buy others to rebalance risk. If your income rises, increase savings rate. A short story: imagine having all your savings in one stock that doubled. Great. But it became, say, 50% of your net worth. Too risky. By selling some of that and diversifying into other assets, you lock in gains and protect against future swings. This principle is powerful because it keeps you on course. A little discipline each year ensures small issues don't become major problems. Actionable advice: mark your calendar. Once or twice a year, review your finances. Update your goals and allocations. Adjust with life events. If you get a raise, increase your savings. If family needs change, replan the budget. Flexibility keeps your financial ship steady. Principle 16. Stay consistent and disciplined. Great achievements come from small, repeated actions. Consistency compounds just like money. The legendary Thomas Edison noted that opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. The key is daily discipline. Saving $5 every week may not feel exciting, but over years it accumulates. Think of training a muscle. Each workout is a small gain, but the cumulative effect is strength. In finance, each time you stick to your budget, invest, or learn, you're lifting your financial fitness. Over decades, disciplined savers often outpace erratic ones who sometimes overinvest and sometimes do nothing. Actionable advice: make financial habits part of your routine. For example, automate investments, review budget on Sunday night, or read one finance article per week. Celebrate consistency. Track your progress. When you see your savings or knowledge grow steadily, it fuels motivation to keep going. Principle 17. Value your health and well-being. No amount of money can substitute for good health and balance. Many wise voices have said it. It is health that is real wealth, not pieces of gold and silver, often attributed to Mahatma Gandhi. Without energy and wellness, you can't work, enjoy life, or even invest. This principle reminds us that time and stress have costs. A burnout or illness can derail careers and savings. Invest in healthy habits, exercise, sleep, mental rest, as part of your wealth plan. An inspiring example. Mark Cuban often credits his disciplined daily routines, early workouts, healthy diet, as crucial to his business success. When you feel your best, you make better decisions with money too. Actionable advice. Prioritize sleep, nutrition, and exercise. Treat them as non-negotiable appointments. Take regular breaks. Financial planning is a marathon, not a sprint. Avoid stress by planning leisure, social activities, and vacations into your life. Principle 18. Stay grateful and humble. An abundance mindset attracts more abundance. Cultivate gratitude for what you have accomplished so far. People who stay humble and thankful tend to appreciate opportunities instead of taking them for granted. For example, many wealthy philanthropists, like Buffett and Gates, credit gratitude and purpose, not greed, for their drive to grow wealth. Mindset is motivation. If you believe there's plenty to go around, you'll take calculated risks. If you fear losing everything, you may hesitate to act. Remind yourself daily of things you're thankful for. This builds confidence. Historical research shows grateful people are happier and often more successful over time. Actionable advice. Keep a gratitude journal. Each morning or night, jot down 3 things you appreciate, financial or otherwise. Practice humility. Listen to advice, admit mistakes, and learn. A humble learner is always growing richer in wisdom and often in wealth. Principle 19. Follow your passion. Money should follow value and passion. As Steve Jobs taught the Stanford graduates, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. When you pursue something meaningful, you'll put in the long hours and creativity needed to excel. Often that passion leads to innovation and financial rewards. Consider entrepreneurs like Elon Musk or Sarah Blakely. They started ventures in areas they cared about deeply. This passion sustained them through failures until success came. When you love your work, you don't just toil for a paycheck. You create something valuable. That value, in turn, creates wealth. Actionable advice. Identify what excites you. If your career or business doesn't align with your passions, explore how you could pivot or start a side project that does. Invest in skills related to that passion. When you merge passion with competence, you'll likely excel and open more opportunities and income. Principle 20. Live with purpose beyond money. Finally, remember, money is a tool, not the destination. True mastery of wealth includes purpose, relationships, and contribution. Many studies show that experiences and values, health, family, impact, bring more lasting happiness than material things. For example, a family might prioritize time together over an expensive car. A community leader might reinvest business profits into a neighborhood project. They still apply financial discipline, but their purpose is bigger than themselves. This mindset makes your journey uplifting and balanced. Money managed with purpose multiplies its meaning. Actionable advice. Define your why. Why do you want wealth? Write it down. Security, freedom, helping family, making art, etc. Refer to this when you make decisions. Balance life. Plan time and resources for what matters. Family, learning, hobbies, giving back. Ensure money supports your vision of a good life, not the other way around.